Give a hand for the 16-man personality himself, Brian Farrell, everybody. Give a hand. Keep it going.
Couldn't even hear myself for a second. I think one of us passed out. So yeah, I do have multiple personality disorder, as he so eloquently put it. And thankfully, one of us has a brain injury, so I'm probably not going to remember most of this anyway. You know, my friends, they come to me all the time, they're like, dude, so why you like being a comedian and everything? That's so gnarly, man. It's totally tubular. And I'm like, well, my imaginary friends are surfers. So that's why they said that. But the truth be told, after my brain injury and dealing with mental health, I decided to write a book. And I learned real quickly that I didn't know how to read and write anymore. And I forgot I had a brain injury. So I had to record myself. And I record myself and I'd watch it, record it, and then I thank you for fixing that. Something happened there. Anyway, I started writing this book, and my wife and my dad were reading parts of it, and they started laughing, and they were looking at each other, and they're giggling, and I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you laughing at my life? They're like, oh, it's not a comedy? I'm like, well, it is now. So, I thought about it a little bit, and got pissed off and went to the bathroom and thought I'm just going to take a shower, turn the massager on a little bit, stand there a little bit, and started exercising. And it finally came to me. Twice. The fact that I do have multiple personality disorder, I do have a ton of material. And because I do have a brain injury, most of us aren't going to remember if this sucks. At least that's going to be my excuse. There are some benefits, though, to have multiple personality disorder. I am the only comedian that can headline, host, and open for himself. And when I get that private jet and it crashes and I'm the only survivor on a deserted island, technically I won't be alone. I just hope we don't starve and try to eat each other. Because I will. There are some weird things, though, about having multiple personality disorder. Like, I have to share my underwear. I know, right? I'm just glad one of us stopped wetting the bed. I'm glad you liked it. But it scares the death out of me to get pulled over. Yeah, one of us could have a warrant. And I know there's a bag of weed in the car. And I'm pretty sure one of us is a narc. I'll never get away with shit. Every time I do something wrong, all 16 of us have to sleep on the couch. It's a little crowded. I think a couple of us just passed out on that one. I didn't like them anyway, they weren't that funny. When I was a little kid, I keep thinking back to that for my book. You know, my dad just took me to the doctor's office, and back there it was called a sanitarium. It wasn't really a doctor's office. That's someone one who dealt with multiple personality disorder. And when they did the testing, they're like, yeah, Mr. Farrell, come on in. And he's like, I got good news and bad news. He's like, all right, well, give me the bad news. And he's like, well, your son has multiple personality disorder. He's like, oh shit, what's that? Is that like schizophrenia? He's like, no, there's not quite as many volunteers. He's like, all right, so what's the good news? The good news is you have more children up to tax exempt. He's like, all right, well, what do we do? I mean, how do we fix this, and how did he catch it? He said, well, it's not uncommon for little kids to invite their imaginary friends over. You just never sent them home. He's like, so now we gotta come in for what, drugs and therapy? He's like, no, we don't want to drug him. No, I was talking drugs for me. He's like, but yeah, we're gonna have to do therapy, but unfortunately it's gonna be a little more costly, and it's called group therapy. My dad says, okay, so what about the physical violence? Is that one of his other personalities beating the hell out of him? He's like, oh no, they're just playing tag. And he told him, don't worry, I told him no tag backs. He's like, well, that explains that, I guess, but what about where he's spinning around the room, running in circles, punching himself in the head? He's like, oh yeah, that one's duck, duck, goose. So, it's gotten more weird though as I get older. And more difficult, especially with the multiple personality disorder. I started this whole comedy thing. Oh man, I really screwed that up. I missed the whole joke. We'll just pretend you guys have the brain injury and I'll just start all over. Anyway, my wife recently got me a Facebook page, and it was for my comedy. I already had one for me. So I come home from a show and I start sharing and liking everything, and then I go to my normal page, I share and I like everything, sign out, go back into my comedy page, sign in just to check everything, see if I can see what I've done, and I had 17 more messages. I'm like, what the hell? Who's up at 3 in the morning? I go in there and see that Brian Farrell liked Brian Farrell. So of course I answered him. But I private messaged him, I did the whole messenger thing. This goes on for almost 2 hours. And my wife comes in the kitchen, and or the living room, and she says, well, I get mad at what room it was. And she came into the living room, and she says, what are you doing? I said, oh, nothing, why? She goes, well, Sarah from the Renwick Mansion just posted Brian Farrell is with Brian Farrell at the Renwick Mansion. I was like, well, this guy's driving me crazy. She's like, what do you mean? I said, he keeps going back and forth, making fun of me. She goes, well, what's he saying? I said, well, he asked me how I was doing, and I said, life's a peach, so I sent him a picture of a peach. He got offended. He sent me a picture of this purple thing. I think it's called an eggplant. Well, I'm allergic to eggplants, so I sent him the poop emoji. Apparently that pissed him off, so he blocked me. And I turned him into Facebook. Now we're both in Facebook jail. Oh, does anyone in here have a brain injury? You? No? Just me? You gotta try it. Oh, I'm serious, you get away with everything. It's like an etch and sketch. It just shakes your head and you get to start all over again. You get new friends, new wife, New line of credit? Now, I don't typically tell a lot of brain injury jokes. Apparently, they're offensive. I came out of the show, and this elderly lady comes up to me, and she says, you know, I don't really appreciate you saying all those brain injury jokes. I said, why? I have a brain injury. She's like, well, you don't look like you have a brain injury. I thought, how rude. I was really upset. I thought, man, I am going to chain this woman's wheelchair to a bumper of a car. But I don't. I was nice. I just told her, I said, look, I don't know why you have that oxygen tank. You don't look like you have emphysema. So I turned it off. You can judge me for that if you want, but I ain't taking that crap from my grandma. Man, I often wonder if I'm a figment of my own imagination, how come I never get laid? Or everybody else gets their turn. You okay? It's okay, I'm almost done. Trust me, you'll know when I'm finished. I just fall over like the rest of us. No, when it comes to time to pay child support, oh yeah, then everybody knows who I am. That one didn't go near as good as I thought it was going to go. This is me not cheating off my cheat sheet. Oh yeah, I didn't even need to cheat. Look for my light guy so I can tell another joke. Well, I don't see him. So, the Christmas just happened. Oh my God, I hate the holidays. Oh, there he is. There's my light guy. Did you light me already? No. Oh, okay. Why don't you flash me?
Yeah, 3 more minutes.
Thank you. 3?
Yeah.
All right, I'll pretend I have another joke. So Christmas happened, and man, my aunt died right before Christmas. No, I didn't have to buy her a gift. And I thought it was over with, but my family's like, I want you to make her a garden, or no, it's not a garden, it's a grave blanket. Sorry, a grave blanket, yes, for a dead person. This is a blanket you make out of trees to warm the grave, I guess. And I thought, why in the hell does she need a blanket? Pretty sure what she needs was an air conditioner. And maybe some marshmallows. It was a fun Christmas. I do like multiple personality out of all of my issues. That's my favorite. Because we get to play tricks on each other all the time. Like one of them is, I go outside, I knock on the front door, and I run around, and I answer it, and then I chase myself. That's my second favorite. My first favorite trick is where I fall asleep, and the rest of us tag team my wife. The next day, my wife's like, woo, baby, you really got me. Where'd you get those moves? I'm just kidding. She never says that. That is my wife's favorite joke, though. I was like, honey, I can't believe that's your favorite joke. She's like, baby, I can't believe you guys think you actually last that long. I'm Brian Farrell. Thank you.